Hello YouTube, Behezaël17 here, but you can just call me Travis, and welcome back for another collection update. We have nothing to say, so let's just jump in. We are listening to Stallion's 2014 release, Rise and Ride, High Roller Records. They have a new album coming out at the end of the month, and I am pretty pumped for it. So yeah, pretty good stuff, check it out. Alright, I got some cool stuff in this week, pretty exciting to show to you. Let's just start off with a bang right at the beginning. This is something that I have been waiting for quite some time, and I'm very glad to actually finally have it in my possession. And that's this is Perverted Ceremonies Sabbat of Behezaël, or I'm not sure how you say that, but I'm gonna go with that, Behezaël. Anyway, this is some super grimy black metal, like Behezaël kind of stuff, or more recently like maybe Void Meditation Cult kind of, but definitely more more Behezaël, especially Drawing Down the Moon. That, yeah, this album is wicked. And actually, what's the hype sticker say? Rotten black metal filth that channels the old spirit of Barathrum and Behezaël. So yeah, I agree with that. This is just some nasty stuff. It's like trudging your way through 5 feet of mud and you can't get anywhere. This is just some gross stuff. They're out of Belgium, I think. This is Nuclear War Now. I originally discovered this band from Eric Bauer, who is awesome. You should watch him if you don't already. He showed this off like near the end of March. He got the tape, and I was like, "Look, this stuff is awesome!" And I quickly discovered that they were going to be releasing this on LP, so I was super psyched. It was actually supposed to come out at the end of March, and then it was the end of April, and then it was mid-May, and then it was the end of May. But you know what? Finally came out. I obsessively check Nuclear War Now like multiple times every day, waiting to find out news of anything about this album because I was so excited to get it. It is definitely going to be one of my favorite albums of this year. And yeah, you can definitely check this stuff out. To be honest, I'm surprised that Nuclear War Now didn't like ban my ISP for refreshing constantly, especially over that last Memorial Day weekend. Hundreds of times, because it was rumored to be coming out like all 3 days of the weekend. Comes with the Nuclear War Now ad sheet or whatever, and then Iron Bonehead one on the back. There was actually a couple other versions. One was a Die Hard edition. It was like a pink and a brown swirl thing. I actually was lucky enough to, because I refreshed it 4 million times, lucky enough to be able to purchase that one if I had wanted to, but I don't know, it kind of didn't look cool to me, so I didn't go with that one. Comes with this rad poster. I wish I hung posters, because I probably would hang this one, but I guess I don't hang them, so I won't, but nonetheless, this is a pretty cool poster. There's also a red one that I also did not get. This is the labels, and mine is just the it's black. But you know what? I think black with this record is pretty apt. But yeah, just. This album is really good. The guitars are just like super evil, lots of like high wailing guitar leads that are kind of just like chaotic. Vocals, evil and grunty and just like raspy at the same time, just like good stuff. Bass is super in the mix, rumbly, just low. Obviously, bass is low. The production, I don't know if it's... Actually, I think I might have read that this was produced on a 4-track or something, so that's why it sounds the way it does, but the production is definitely, like, bad production done right, or whatever you want to say. But yeah, if anything I've said about this record sounds interesting, check this album out immediately, because I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. I also love this album cover, and actually this logo too is super good. Yeah, Perverted Ceremony, Sabbat, Behezaël. Wow, great record. Check it out. ASAP. I'm gonna put it back in the sleeve. Give me one moment. I'm gonna get better at this, so don't be too long. Alright. Next up, another one of my favorite albums of 2017 so far is Power Trip's Nightmare Logic. I got it before I started doing videos, so I didn't really get a chance to talk about it, though I'm sure that every single person on YouTube who has talked about it or anything, I have commented about how much I love the Power Trip album to them. So lots of praise, just not necessarily in a video form. But anyway, for whatever reason, I never checked out any of their other albums, even though I loved Nightmare Logic. And so I finally put an end to that, and I picked up Manifest Decimation. This is their debut release, 2013, I think, to the Southern Lord. This album, I was not expecting, I went into Nightmare Logic, or went into this one, assuming that, I would like it, but it wouldn't be better or, anything better than Nightmare Logic. Wow. Wow, this album is really close. This album is just riffy as hell, just like the Nightmare Logic album. The vocals by Riley something, super awesome. Here's the back of the album. Yeah, it's Riley the Gale. Super good vocals. Just lyrics on the inside. But yeah, wow, this album is super awesome. The riff at the end of Manifest Decimation, super great. Heretics Fork, great song. That section that starts like 2/3 of the way through. Whew. Yeah, thank you for that. Murderer's Row, killer track, Crossbreaker. Yeah, I love group vocals, and even if they're done excessively, not that they're done excessively in Crossbreaker, but yeah, the chorus of Crossbreaker. Thank you. The Power Trip, that's a great song too. I wish the album was called Power Trip so I could get the trifecta, but no doubt is no big deal anyway. But yeah, just 8 more tracks by Power Trip, just ripping and slaughtering. This is good stuff. I'm now officially I'm into Power Trip. I need to check out their EPs. Because if they're anything like these 2 albums, then I will be very, very happy with them. Yeah, I'm gonna also say, wow, if you haven't checked out either Power Trip albums and you are into super riffy thrash with some awesome vocals and some good soloing, Power Trip is where you need to go, because this stuff is awesome. So yeah, Manifest Decimation, Power Trip. Alright, next up, this is a one that I got from YouTuber Ross Hodo. You should check him out. He did a review for this album and was like super hyped on it. And I thought, you know what? If Ross is this hyped about an album, I need to listen to this album in full. Not just, usually what I do is I would, go, if something sounded interesting, I would go to YouTube or Bandcamp or wherever I could find it and listen to, especially the first track. I feel that bands should definitely open with one of their best tracks. And so I usually listen to the first one, and if that one, sounds anything super good, I'll usually maybe listen to a couple more. But yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm going to listen to this one in full, and wow, halfway through the album, I knew I was going to buy it. This is Incendiary with 1,000 Mile Stare. This is a hardcore band out of, I don't know where actually, maybe Massachusetts or New York, but that's just me guessing. This is off of Closed Casket Activities, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, this is some super rad. This came out this year. This is some super rad stuff. Hardcore isn't a genre that I am well versed with, but nonetheless, this album hits hard. Super great riffs. It's not very often that you can get me moving much else other than my head. But this one has me flailing about pretty violently. This is some rad stuff. Front Toward Enemy, great song. The Product Is You. If you don't know what the product is you. Yeah, that's a great song. Hard Truths Cut Both Ways, another good one. Yeah, this album is super, super good. I'm not familiar with their other material, but I may need to look into it because this one is super good. Haven't really been showing the liner notes of this one, so let's just go through real quick here. I think it's just lyrics, maybe some information. There's a live photo. But yeah, Incendiary, 1,000 Mile Stare, pretty good album. Definitely towards the top. Maybe top 10 right now of 2017. I would say maybe even. Yeah, this is good stuff. Check it out. Yeah, this next one up. Actually, just good. I guess this is a video of stuff that I decided to pick up because of other YouTubers. This is Extortions, Degenerate. This is a power violence band, maybe hardcore punk. Not really sure. Let's just go with power violence because it sounds like that to me, and I'm not as familiar with hardcore punk. But yeah, this is a band that I discovered because of Grindcore Guru. So thanks, Nate. He showed off one of their albums, I think called Sick, and yeah, for whatever reason, I listened to this album when he talked about that Sick album, and I was like, wow, this album's pretty cool. Added it to the Discogs list, and eventually pulled the trigger. Pretty cool stuff. The CD has a couple of bonus tracks, so that's kind of cool. You can see there, bonus tracks. But yeah, this band's super cool. All of the album art that this band has is super rad stuff. In fact, I would say this album art sucks compared to the other stuff they usually have. And that's, you know, obviously it doesn't suck. This is some kick-ass album art. But yeah, super, just, you know, grindy power violence, just like bursts of stuff. Folds out into the lyric sheet. Nothing too fancy there. But yeah, this is some blazing stuff. Yeah, this is like 23 minutes maybe. So just super big ball of energy just bursting into your ears. But yeah, Extortion, Degenerate. This is a pretty cool album. Not sure when this came out. Came out on Deep Six Records. I want to say maybe like 2007 or something. Maybe this came out. It's not anything relatively new or anything like that. But yeah, yeah, Extortion, Degenerate, cool stuff. All right, it's coming along in a similar vein. You know, I'm kind of just slowly going through all the stuff that was vinyl-only releases that I wasn't able to purchase prior to owning a turntable. And now that I have one, obviously, I'm starting to grab all that stuff up. So here's another one on that list. This is Puig Destroyer with their self-titled EP. Obviously, Puig Destroyer. If you are not familiar with this band, this is a grindcore band. Obviously, with the logo and the name, they are referencing Pig Destroyer, but this is Puig Destroyer. If you're not familiar with Yasiel Puig, he is a baseball player for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He is here on the front cover there. Obviously, as a baseball fan, this is something that appealed to me. I actually had to listen to it before listening or before watching it. But you know, I love novelty, as you maybe know from watching any of my videos, and this obviously is pretty novel. Yeah, 6 tracks. Pretty cool. Just, you know, just nothing too over the top. Just solid grind. I like these labels. They have the Dodgers sort of text with the PD. This is home, and then this is away. That's pretty cool. And then it comes on this cool white-blue merge. It's sort of Dodgers white and blue colors. Here's the other side. So that's pretty cool too. I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I like baseball, and Yasiel Puig is a fun player, I guess. And yeah, so obviously this was cool. I like this a lot, actually, and I actually immediately went and ordered their full-length album they released a couple years later after this, because this came out in, what, 2013, I want to say? But yeah, this is super fun stuff. Puig Destroyer. If you're into baseball or grindcore or both, check this out. Pretty cool. All right, last but not least, continuing on with what was started by Eli of Dark Hymns from the Cold from the Cold North. This is the next one up from Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. This is the first album to feature Ronnie James Dio on vocals. This came out in 1980, Warner Brothers. You know, I'm not really sure what to feel about this album either. It's definitely a more straightforward, like, put together album than Never Say Die was, but I don't know, it still is a weird Black Sabbath album to me. It's definitely less so with the traditional doom stuff. It kind of feel like kind of throws in like a new wave of British heavy metal, traditional heavy metal kind of a vibe with this. Maybe that's not weird considering it came out in 1980. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've only listened to it like 4 times, so I think it probably needs, you know, probably 10 or 20 more listens before I really get a grasp. Got some info on this reissue. But yeah, I definitely need to listen to this a lot more to really get a good grasp of what's going on here. I'll continue on, but with Black Sabbath, but I'm not really sure what I'm getting into. I did like a couple of these tracks. Neon Nights is pretty solid. I like that one. Heaven and Hell, the title track, is probably my favorite so far. Die Young, I also like that one. But yeah, I definitely need to spend some more time with this album before I can really get a grasp of how I feel. It's fine, but I don't really like it as much as the Ozzy era albums so far. One thing I did think was kind of funny in terms of my journey with this album is one thing I'm often to do early on is I will jump into the liner notes and see who is the person who is actually writing these songs. Previous with Black Sabbath, the tracks were written. You know, all 4 members were mentioned as writers, and so I was curious with the addition of Ronnie James Dio, was that changing? And I was kind of like, when I looked at this, because as maybe you can see here. Is that where it is? No, it's over here. So when I was reading this, if you can see it, on the first line, it says all songs written and arranged by Geezer, and I was like, what? Geezer wrote this album? And then I read, all 4, the other 3 names are on the next line. But for 1 second I thought Geezer wrote the whole album, and I was kind of mind blown, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. It's back to the old way of all people being credited, so I'm not really sure who's writing these songs. Yeah, so who knows? But yeah, Heaven and Hell, the Black Sabbath. Like I said, not sure how to feel about it yet, but you know, not a bad album. After like what, 4 times. So yep, that is all I have to show you for this week. I will probably be doing my next up next on the shelf update within the next few days. Just kind of putting it off because the splits kind of have made the videos feel like kind of annoying to me for whatever reason. I want to get into the actual order of things. But yeah, I want to hype up this record again. Perverted Ceremonies, Sabbat of Behezaël. This album is super, super grimy, super, super sick, and super, super needs to be heard by you. Yeah, that's all I got. Have a good day.